What's going on, campers? Campfacer here. Welcome back to another Friday the 13th update.
Campfacer.
Yes, that's right. This is not the game update. This is an update for the franchise. Yeah, you guys heard it right. After 5 painful years of the lawsuit between Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham, it's all over, by the way, the lawsuit, but we finally have something new coming to the table, and that is a prequel television series called Crystal Lake. Coming to Peacock, and it's going to be produced and directed by Brian Fuller, who also worked on a television show called Heroes. Not a big fan of Heroes, and it's kind of weird that somebody that worked on Heroes, a superhero, supernatural show, is going to be involved with this. I don't know how I feel about that. It's also going to be put out by A24 Studios that also worked on Hereditary and Midsummer, which those movies were really good, but very dark and twisted and very kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about that as well. I don't know if they're going to take Friday the 13th and kind of twist it up and make it kind of weird feeling. We want the simple slasher, what we know. We don't want to change this whole series and make it weird and ruin it. But we're going to have to wait and see because there's no real good details so far. This is so far all we know is a prequel before Jason Voorhees' little boy Jason drowns in the lake. We're going to go back. Maybe we're going to find out a little bit about how Pamela, Jason's mom, Pamela Voorhees, first started working at the campground. Maybe we're going to go back even further to when the campground first opened up. And you guys, I don't know if I told you guys this, but the show is going to be called Crystal Lake, which is, really? Crystal Lake? You couldn't be any more original than that? I don't know. I guess it's straight to the point, but we're going to go back to Crystal Lake, maybe before it opened up, or maybe the owners of the Christies, how they bought the property and opened the lake, and maybe how they hired Pamela to become a cook in the kitchen, or whatever she did. She did work in the kitchen, and how maybe Elias Voorhees, how they got together and created Jason Voorhees. And it's obviously going to lead up to the point where he drowns. And maybe it'll even go after the series. After that, maybe it'll go and show how Jason grew up between part 1 and part 2. And maybe it'll show how he didn't die or how he came back. I know there's some books out there written about the story, how he washed up on the shore, I believe. There's different theories and different stories out there how Jason survived to become adult Jason between part 1 and 3, or part 1 and 2, and then leading into 3. But you guys, as a prequel, I'm excited. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like prequels because it ruins the whole mystery behind the mask. Like on Halloween, a lot of people didn't want to know how Michael became Michael, how the evil went into the little boy Michael Myers. It kind of ruined the whole mystery of the movie. But if they're going to do a television prequel series with this whole idea, I want to say they're going to have to dive deep and go backwards even further. Like I said, how they opened up the campground and how Mrs. Voorhees became Mrs. Voorhees. Maybe even how Gun Media with the Friday the 13th the game had the tapes. Maybe there's some story with how she was getting abused by Elias. Maybe how they broke up, or maybe why Jason was so not very smart and deformed looking, maybe because of a bad birth. Maybe he got beat one too many times. We're gonna learn all about this. This is all speculation, by the way, but this is my theories on this prequel. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about this. Down in the comments section below, let's have a discussion. Are you guys excited about this prequel? I'm not sure exactly the date it's coming out. I'm going to keep an eye out for it. If you guys want all this news, I'm going to be covering this from here on out. So if you guys want to keep hearing more news on this, come back to the channel, click like, subscribe, click notifications to all so you don't miss a video in the future. And I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, campers, stay out of the woods.